In addition to the standard form of the equation of the line, there are two more forms that we use commonly. Those are the slope-intercept form and point-slope form, and I'm going to show you both of those today. I want you to make sure that you understand pretty well what the standard form of the line is, as well as x and y intercepts, and the slope and the slope formula. We're going to use all those concepts. So make sure you have videos on those. Make sure you review those concepts if you need to. Alright, so the slope-intercept form may be the one that you remember from high school, and that's y equals mx plus b. Here m being the slope, b being the intercept, 0b. In other words, b is how high up the graph is when it crosses over the y-axis. Alright, now the reason this is useful is because if you have an equation in slope-intercept form, it's very easy to graph, as I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so here I have an example. Use the slope-intercept form to graph 4x minus 3y equals 6. So 4x minus 3y equals 6 is in standard form. What I'm going to do, I could graph it from there if I found 2 points, plotted the 2 points on a grid and then connected them. What I'm going to do is put this in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. So what that means here is I need to solve for y. So I'm going to go ahead and get the x over, and the rules of linear equations follow here. So I subtract 4x from both sides, so I have negative 4x plus 6. And I do want to put the x closest to the equal sign to make it look like my y equals mx plus b form. Alright, so I divide both sides by negative 3 now. And so I have 4 thirds, right, the negatives cancel, minus 6 thirds. Okay, and of course that 6 thirds can reduce down to, what is that, negative 2. Alright, so now this is in slope-intercept form, which is great. That means that this here is my slope, and this negative 2 is my intercept, my y-intercept. Okay, so now if I'm going to graph this thing, I've already done all the heavy lifting. Okay, so here's my axis. Now I have a y-intercept of negative 2, so I come down to negative 2. And then my slope is 4 thirds. Now remember, this is the rise over run idea. So what this means is to find the next point on my line, I need to go up 4. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4. And to the right, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, at that point is my second point on my line. And if I'm good with my penmanship, I should be able to connect these in a straight line. And there it is. There's the line represented by this equation. Alright, now let me show you the second form that we deal with. While slope-intercept form is great in helping us graph a line, if I'm given 2 points or something like that, it's not exactly easy to find the slope-intercept form of the line. So remember, there are two things you need to determine a line. You could either have 2 points, or you could have 1 point in the slope. If you have either pair of information, you can find the equation of the line. And the point-slope form of the line helps us do that. And so here it is. The point-slope form of the line is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Alright, so let me show you a couple examples. Okay, so this time I want to find the equation of the line passing through the point negative 1, 3 with slope negative 2 sevenths. Okay, now slope-intercept form won't help me here because this negative 1, 3 is not the y-intercept. Alright, so what do? I'm going to use point-slope form. So remember, that's y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Commit this to memory. Okay, so here, just plugging in the information, I have y minus y coordinate of 3 equals the slope, which is negative 2 sevenths, x minus a negative 1. Okay, now technically we're finished, but a lot of times we like our answers to be in slope-intercept form at the end, so that we could easily find the graph. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to distribute the negative 2 sevenths. So I have negative 2 sevenths x. And remember, this is a plus 1, so that becomes negative 2 sevenths. And now I just need to add the 3. So that's negative 2 sevenths x minus 2 sevenths plus 3. And if I'm quick with adding my fractions together, I'm done. And I think I can. Let's see. So just get a common denominator. So we say that 3 is the same as 21 sevenths. So then when I add them together, 21 minus 2, 19 sevenths. Bring that back in. So there it is. Y equals negative 2 sevenths x plus 19 sevenths. And there's the equation of the line. Alright, so that's if you're given a point and a slope. Remember, the other case is if you are given 2 points. What do you do in that situation? Let me show you. So in this example, we want to find the equation of the line passing through 2 points, -2, 4, and 6/9. You use the same formula, y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Use point slope form, but the only difference is I don't have my slope yet, but since I have 2 points and I already know the equation to find slope, I'm good. All right, so here I'm going to say m is, remember it's the difference of the y's, so that's 9 minus 4 over the difference of the x's, that's 6 minus a -2. So 9 minus 4 is 5, 6 minus a -2 becomes a +8, and usually we like integers, but that's okay. It's not an integer this time, that's alright. Alright, so now I'm ready to plug it in, and I can pick either -2/4 or 6/9 to be my point. I'll get the same equation either way. Alright, so let's pick, just for no reason in particular, let's pick -2/4 as my point. So here I have y minus the y coordinate, 4, equals 5/8 times x minus the x coordinate, which is -2. Alright, now to get it in slope-intercept form, I have y minus 4 equals 5/8 x. Remember this distributing the negative, I get a +2 here, so that becomes a +10/8. Okay, and if you wanted to, you can say, wait a minute, 10/8. Why don't I just divide out of 2 and get 5/4? Okay, so I'll do that. Alright, so now I just need to add the 4 over, and remember I'm going to quickly get a common denominator. So 4 is the same as 16/4, so now I can add that together and get 21/4. Alright, so that's what this is, and there it is. My equation now is y equals 5/8 x plus 21/4. If you have any questions on this, please let me know. I'd be glad to help, and thank you for watching.